Hey y'all, it's Victoria, and I feel like this cancer interview was something that I needed because I had never known my grandmother's story until now. She was diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 56, and she was diagnosed when my mom was pregnant with me. So her dad, which is my grandfather, didn't want to tell her the news until my mom absolutely had to know. She underwent rounds of chemotherapy every 3 weeks on schedule, and my mom said that the week of her treatment, she felt very, very weak and sick, but the following 2 weeks, she was okay. At the same time, she was doing radiation therapy, and my mom said that she wasn't nearly as adversely affected as she was doing the chemotherapy. But the chemo did make her hair on her head fall off, it made her eyebrows fall off, and it made all of her eyelashes come off as well. My mom believed that my grandmother had a really, really good oncologist. Her oncologist was a black woman whose office was located in Fayetteville, Georgia, and my mom praised her bedside manner during the interview, and she also praised her empathy. And I think that part of the reason why my mom liked this oncologist so much is because simply she could just relate. I mean, being a black woman, she looked like my grandmother, and she could relate to my mom because the oncologist had experienced her mom passing due to cancer as well at a very young age. And even though she had a great, great oncologist, my mom thinks to this day that my grandmother's passing could have been prevented. My grandma, she was educated about her health. She went to get mammograms every year, scheduled. However, her breast cancer was still diagnosed too late. The mammogram, it didn't detect the lump that my grandmother eventually found in her breast, and she ended up having to get an ultrasound, but this ultrasound was deemed inconclusive. And then she had to get a surgery to remove her lump, which was examined to determine if it was cancer. My grandmother's case makes me think about all the other people who don't have access to ultrasounds, let alone a surgery if the ultrasound comes back as inconclusive. My grandmother, she had a great doctor, she had access to treatment, but her cancer was still diagnosed too late. I'm glad I got to find out more about my grandmother's story, and I hope that more and more women look into trying to use more than just mammograms to check for breast cancer in the future if possible.